welcome back to another edition of NXT Out of 10. And last night's was Halloween Havoc, and what a mental night it was. So without further ado, let's get straight into reviewing this madness. The show started off with Johnny Gargano versus Damien Priest for the North American title in a Devil's Playground match. Gargano tore a hole in a giant pumpkin during his entrance, and Damien Priest was in control early on. Gargano took a broken arrow on the announce desk and went to the outside and beat Priest up with it, and with a trash can and an equipment trolley. Back from the break, and they were on a makeshift stage as Gargano used a trash can to attack Priest. Priest went for a finisher, but a masked character came out with a steel pipe and took him out. Gargano then took a concrete tombstone and smashed it over him. Priest fell below, and Gargano crawled down there to pin him and become North American title. This masked man was incredible, the spot was incredible, the match was incredible. 7.5 out of 10, what a start to Halloween Havoc. Cameron Grimes was trying to get out of his match early on before Pat McAfee came out and was ranting about the Undisputed Era. O'Reilly came out and Pete Dunne joined him, making a surprise return. Was not expecting him to see him. O'Reilly and Dunne were about to beat him up before Dunne suddenly turned on Kyle O'Reilly and has joined Pat McAfee's heel stable. This gets a 6.75 out of 10 for me. Totally unexpected, but awesome. I love Pete Dunne as a heel. It was Santos Escobar versus Jake Atlas at Halloween Havoc for the Cruiserweight Championship. The champ had control early on before Atlas got a near fall with a top leg move, but Joaquin Wilde grabbed Escobar's leg and put the ropes to it. Atlas took out Legado del Fantasma with a top rope drive before he was taken out by Raul Mendoza with a help of a mask and sent back into Escobar to hit his finisher for the win. I'm going to give this a 6.5 out of 10. Fairly solid match. Gonzalez was up against Rhea Ripley next on Halloween Havoc. Gonzalez was dominating early on as she caught Ripley with a cannonball and then smashed the Nightmare into the plexiglass at ringside. After the break, Gonzalez was still in control. Ripley then got in control of the match and looked in a submission hold before she was dropped again for a near fall. Ripley missed a riptide and was tossed off the rope, but she still managed to hit another riptide to get the win. 6.5 out of 10, solid win, and hopefully Ripley can move on to Io Shirai now because that'll be a class match. Moving on to the first part of Grimes Lee Loomis, which was actually before Ripley Gonzalez, but I did it all at once. Grimes came in and screaming and yelling as spooky music played. Grimes spooked himself out as he saw all of these ghosts and stuff. Grimes tried to escape, but a door closed behind him, and Loomis kicked it down. Grimes turned to see someone taking a shower and managed to somehow escape the haunted house and got to the van, but Loomis was there in a driving seat. This was the last we saw before Grimes escaped, and we saw him running back to the Capitol Wrestling Centre before a more traditional match began between the two of them. But he was still getting freaked out by the zombies and stuff, and Loomis locked in his finisher for the win. I'm going to give this a 7 out of 10. Grimes is just so class at this role, and the win makes sense, to be honest. In our main event, it was Io Shirai v Candice LeRae. LeRae took out a bag from under the ring and used some fake body parts in it to get on top. Shirai used a severed hand, however, to beat out LeRae, and Shirai was crashing down after being hit with a computer, and LeRae went on the front foot. Shirai then tossed a chair at LeRae when she got back on top, before LeRae hit a spinning neckbreaker and recovered on top of a ladder after she was carried up there by that mystery person. I'm genuinely intrigued to see who that could be. I went for the title, but Shirai dropped it and retrieved the title to win. I'm going to give it a 6.75 out of 10. Good main event. I was kind of expecting a title change, but I'm not opposed to not having one. So yeah, good match. NXT Halloween Havoc gets a 7 out of 10 from me. Really enjoyed this NXT. Just something different, something a bit cheery at the moment. Love the two matches involving the Garganos. Really good. The Priest and the Grimes match was great. Just a really good show overall. And for that reason, I'm going to award the Wednesday Night War this week to NXT. Two really strong shows this week. Loved AEW, loved NXT, but I just think NXT was just at something a bit different, bit more unique, which bumps the grade up for me. and secures a very rare win for the Black and Gold brand. But anyway, guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to follow me on Twitter, link in the description below for daily wrestling news. Subscribe to my other channels on screen right now. Let me know what you thought about NXT and the Wednesday Night War in the comments down below. Remember to follow me on Twitter, link in the description below for daily wrestling news. And subscribe to my other channels on screen right now. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.